time for another pod. The Tenerife Pod is back with BGR Solutions. I am your host, I am Jenny T, and here are the boys in white today. Steve Ballard, hello. Sorry, what? I mean, I'm always quite excited to see what you're going to come up with your weird little hellos. What was that?
So, in diving parlance, we don't speak, obviously, because we have a regulator in our mouths. Look behind you, shark.
Oh, right, okay.
Kind of thing you don't really want to see as a diver.
What the fuck are you talking about,
So
really? I mean, to be honest, really?
Really? What? Because there's been sharks spotted in the waters around Tenerife recently.
Well, El
So they
Hierro.
were quite-
El Hierro.
And don't forget, on August the 8th, there was one of Radazul, the free divers.
Radazul.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen...
Steve, Radazul.
You can correct my Spanish all you want, sir.
It's
got a Z
Radazul.
in it.
It's not Radahul.
Have
It's
you
got
ever-
a Z.
Radahul, I said Radazul.
Okay,
Have you
fair
ever
enough.
seen a shark when you've been diving?
Yes, I have.
A Scary Mary shark?
Angel sharks I've seen quite a few of.
They're not bad though, are they? They're
And
quite nice.
They generally keep themselves. And also
Wouldn't cuddle one bit.
sand tiger shark, the ones with the gnarly teeth.
Which is what that one was.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of timeshare sharks back in the early 90s, but that was about it, really.
Yeah.
To be honest
Anything
with you,
like
I
that.
don't venture into the water. If I see a shark warning, it's like, no, I'll give that. Although I did in Mexico swim with whale sharks, which are...
That's on my bucket list. That's
Yeah,
absolutely on my bucket
45
list.
foot long, 15 metres, these things. But they're
Huge.
docile because obviously they're more based on whales than sharks.
Yeah.
So it's
and,
more of a whale than a
and
shark.
they're-
Yeah, but they're
they're-
called whale sharks, but they're amazing.
They're filter feeders and they have giant... yes,
do.
totally one of
You
my
do.
bucket
I had
lists.
to be careful I didn't end up in there. I might have been swallowed by a whale.
So
That's
now,
how big their mouths are.
now we know. Look behind you, shark. Oh, that probably not that. What's that?
Yeah, I don't know what
That
that
means
is.
something different.
A
That's
unicorn,
chicken.
That
maybe?
means
That's
red.
chicken.
Yeah.
Beware of the cockerel underwater.
But the reason why I mentioned it, of course, I mean, the shark is quite exciting, but I am away in Lanzarote at the weekend and I am going scuba diving off one of the beaches there. So I'm
Oh,
quite
cool. Are you
excited.
going to the underwater museum?
I have been there after it opened and I plan to go again.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place.
Yeah.
Really, really incredible.
It kind of... Have you been to Silencio?
Yeah.
You know that pool with weird-looking people in it? Yeah? Have you not seen
No.
the fountain with
yeah, that
weird
pool.
people that rotate?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's like that in Lanzarote, but
right,
underground. It's a proper
underwater, yeah.
It's a
how
proper
bizarre.
museum underwater,
20,
isn't
25 metres, yeah. So it was an English artist who came up with a theme to do with Lanzarote's history and things like that. And everything is made with coral-friendly concrete. And he made loads of... It's just a brilliant place to go, it really is.
And interestingly, or not, that was supposed to be built here, and the Cabildo turned it down.
Oh.
And then they went to Lanzarote.
And they did, and yeah.
Which
it's
is
really
I think they must regret it because
Yeah.
it's been a huge diving tourism attraction.
I was
hasn't
going to say, so it's only for divers. There's not like
Scuba
a...
divers, yeah.
Scuba, yeah, it's around about 20 to 25 metres down, so you need to at least have your open water, if not advanced open water.
But on your checklist of dives to do around the world, that's now on
one of
there.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So it's been a real
Amazing place.
been-
Pretty
yeah.
cool. And anyway, that was a bit of a long hello, I'll be honest.
Yeah, didn't expect that.
Sorry
yeah.
about that.
How are you? How are you, Chris?
Like
Good to
the
hear
okay.
it, good
The
to
okay
hear
was
it.
fine. Yeah.
Apparently, you don't do that when you're diving because that means you want to
Wanna
go
go
up.
up, yeah.
That means you're okay.
Okay, good.
I did do my diving course.
did?
I did.
God.
So,
I didn't know any of this, so I'm being educated today.
Hooray.
have you never wanted to go scuba diving?
No, it's never really tickled my pickle.
Oh, okay.
No.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I
Haven't
should.
you can do try? There's plenty of dive centres around the island who will take you out on a try dive, which is usually between 4 and 6 metres, just to get used to. Because breathing underwater is the scariest thing in the world. Telling your brain it's okay to take
Yeah,
a
it's
breath
really
is
hard
the
at
hardest
first.
thing to do at first. But once you get into it, it's just a most amazing hobby. It really
I like
is.
snorkeling.
Yeah.
If
Do you like
you
swimming
like
underwater?
It depends it depends how close I am to hair wash day.
Of
I've
course.
got quite a lot of.
Jen, that goes out the window as you can. What did you ever worry about hair wash day, Steve?
Can't say I did, no. But again, there is a solution to this. You could always do. You do the helmets diving.
Oh,
you
the
could
bob,
do.
the bob safari bob.
Yeah,
I think
so
it's
you
called.
put this big helmet on that's
Yeah.
connected to the surface, and then you just walk along, and your hair doesn't get wet.
The only
I'm not
thing I will
bothered-
say, Jen,
Go on.
is that diving over here as we said the other day, compared to the Med, the Atlantic, there is loads to see
There's
over here.
a lot,
you can
yeah.
feed the rays, there's wrecks, there's swim through archway, caves, all sorts of things.
The
It's
Canary
amazing.
Islands in general, luckily enough, I've lived in 3 of them and dived all of them, and the Canaries is a beautiful place to dive. It really is.
I do really want to swim with turtles. That's like on my bucket list, and I was aiming to do it by my 40th, and I don't think it's going to happen because that's in a few
if
weeks.
you scuba dive occasionally, you're lucky enough to see the big old man in a baddies.
It's more a case of if you're scuba diving, they come to you.
Yeah.
You don't go looking for them because that's
Yeah.
not really legal.
And we don't touch anything. We leave nothing but bubbles and take nothing but memories. That's the diving parlance.
There we go.
Well, I had a weekend where I tried to get out in the water. I wanted to. I've promised the kids we're going on a pedalo.
All right.
So woke up Saturday, super excited. In the group chat, we're all going.
Yep.
Right.
Get to Los Cristianos beach, go up to the pedalos. No, we haven't got any pedalos at the minute. Come back in about an hour and a half. We're like, can we write our name down? He's like, yeah. Bomb. Go back in an hour and a half. He's like, no, another half an hour. So we just sit and wait, and then he says something about the wind. So we say, so just to check, is there a chance we might not be able to go out today? Anyway, this man, I don't know if anyone has experienced this man in Los Cristianos. He is the rudest, most aggressive person I have ever come across in
On
my
which
entire
beach?
life. On Los Cristianos beach.
What, the main one by the port?
Yeah, on that
Okay.
one. So
and whereabouts are the pedalos? Which end of the
so
beach?
they're kind of away from the port.
Towards
okay,
Arona
towards
Grande, yeah?
Arona Grande, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
towards that way. He was just so rude. I just wondered, we come away and we weren't the only people that were saying it. So it was my friend Emma that turned around and said, oh, so is there a chance we might not be able to go on them in half an hour? And he went, I am talking. Will you listen? You're in Tenerife. Will you just relax?
He didn't sound very relaxed, did he?
So in
It
half
sounds
an
like he
hour-
needs to take his own advice.
Waited another half an hour. I went over to him again and I went, hola, and he was doing something. So fair enough, I stood and I waited and he was doing something with the kayaks. Bearing in mind, there's pedalos out there. So we're thinking, oh, okay, so we're probably going to get on one. And
Are these the big swan ones, or are they just normal
they're just
ones?
normal, but they've got the slides.
Ah, okay.
So
yeah.
anyway, we've noticed that 2 have come back, 1's coming back in. So I waited for him to do his thing. And then he started chatting to this other man. I thought, I'll wait again because I'm quite patient, I'm quite polite. And in the end, I was just being ignored. So I was like, oh, sorry. Like, is it possible to get the free pedalos? And he was like, no, it's too windy.
Oh.
I was like, were you just going to ignore me?
And was there still people out on them at this
Still
point?
people out on
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Oh, come on.
So I said, were you just going to ignore me? He went, what? And I said, I've been stood here for 5 minutes waiting for you. Were you
How
just
old
going
is
to
he? What age
ignore
was he?
me? I'd reckon he's probably in his 30s, 40s. I don't know. And when I said that, I've just been waiting here 5 minutes. Like, you've seen me standing here. Were you just going to not tell me? And he came at me.
Oh.
And he went, what? Like, came at me like that.
Really?
And I was like, listen, I understand if it's wind and it's weather. Like, I'm grateful you're keeping us safe. But, you know, we've been sat here. All you had to do was say, sorry, it's too windy.
I would have
said,
started.
you seem very angry.
I would have started. Would
He
you?
went-
To be fair, I
He
think I might have stepped to him. If he'd
I would've
stepped to me,
kicked
I'd
off.
have kicked off.
Yeah.
He went to me, look into my eyes, and he took his glasses off and looked at me like proper aggressive.
Had he got
and
nice
he was
eyes?
like, no, he was an absolute munter. And he went,
With an
I
ugly
am-
personality, clearly.
very. He was like, I am not angry. I am very happy. I was like,
My God.
wow. And I walked away, I told the girls, and I said, do you know what? There's a green flag on the beach. They've popped a yellow flag near this. I said, that man needs a red flag. Walk around because he is a walking red flag.
Oh my God.
So anyway, the next day we were like, well, we'll go to a different beach. We went to the Monkey Beach. Is it called Troya Beach? In
Yeah,
the
Troy
Troy,
Beach,
yeah.
Las
so we were
Americas.
like, right,
Yeah.
okay, we'll try there because we're not going back to that psychopath. And unfortunately, it was. They said it was too windy again, and they didn't even have any pedalos out. So to be fair,
But they were a lot nicer than.
they were a lot friendlier.
this
Yeah,
guy,
so
jeez.
much friendlier.
And
yeah.
and do you know what? I genuinely thought, especially when you got people who, you know, do things for tourists and all that, they're very relaxed about things and they're very, yeah, get the shrug and all the rest of it. He sounded like he's not from the island.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It must be a pain in the arse at times,
Yeah.
particularly in the height
Granted.
of summer. And
I
I'm
agree
sure,
with that.
and I'm sure not everyone's as
polite.
nice as you,
yeah,
Jim.
yeah.
But I don't
But
think
there's still
I'm-
no need for it, is there?
No, and I think he just tried to be intimidating and just.
I hope you
he
wrote
was like-
something on a group.
Well, no, all his girls were there. Like, what is this man's?
No,
problem?
I mean on Facebook.
no,
I hope you
I
wrote
get it.
something. You got
Get
to
it
air
in a
your
page,
grievance.
absolutely.
I've done
Yeah,
it
you know
on
what I
here.
mean?
I've done it on here.
I mean, yeah,
no, I
this
haven't.
could be worse.
Yeah. But yeah, all the kids were like, well, is there sharks out there? And we were like, no, don't be silly. The next day, sharks spotted in Tenerife. Don't show the
El
camera.
Hierro.
Don't
El
show
Hierro.
that.
Not Tenerife, El Hierro.
Sorry. One thing I wanted to mention, as I was walking down to the Las Americas beach, I noticed a new bar.
Oh.
So you know where Lava used to be?
Yes.
Like Veronica's
On the
way?
corner.
Yeah. It's an Irish bar called the Old Pharmacy.
Do you know, I saw a photograph
great
of that
name.
and wondered where it was. So
And
that's
do you
the
know
old
why it's called
Lava.
the Old Pharmacy?
Because it used to be a pharmacy.
It used to be a
People go,
24-hour
"Where is it?"
chemist. Opposite.
Did it?
Oh, you can get anything there.
Yeah.
If honestly, you really could
was
get
so
enough.
dodgy.
Those who know will know. Back
I
in the
remember
day,
it when I worked
it
here
was,
in 2008
Way.
and I worked down Starcove Veronicas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Old
Really?
Pharmacy. And it was where the
Okay.
cash pot, I don't know if it's still there, but that's where you'd go and get your money out as well.
yeah, it
Oh,
was.
did not know that.
Yeah, it was a 24-hour chemist, and you could get
Dodgy.
anything without prescription. It was it unsurprisingly closed after a period of time and
Unsurprising,
became
yes,
Lava Lounge. Did really well as Lava, but now it's been taken over. I think it's Gourmet Land.
Okay, it
who've
looks
taken
really
it over.
smart, you know.
The
They've
pictures looked
also
really good, yeah.
Gourmet Land have also got Golden Clover, Marylebone. They've got some really nice
okay.
bars now. But talking of bars, I saw a video of the Drop In. That's really coming on.
Okay.
Opposite Monkey Beach. Now, people who've been coming to Tenerife for a long time will know that bar's been there for 35, 40 years. But it's been taken over by Paddy O'Kelly's.
So,
okay.
they're moving the rum pot there as well. The people.
Well, they've
from
sold the rum pot.
Okay,
They've sold the rum pot, and they've taken this over. And I mean, the nice thing about them is they do everything really properly. So it's having a massive refit, which is what the video I saw was about. It's due to open on the 4th of September.
Okay.
So I got invited to the opening.
Is
on
it still going to be the
Saturday.
same name?
Yeah, it's still the same name, still
that's
dropping.
good.
You're not going to change it after
not
that.
after that amount of time.
But obviously they're going to work their magic, put their menus, put their
Yeah.
fixtures and fittings. So I think very often it's a bit like the Old Pharmacy. You know, it's kitted out and looks like an Irish bar, but it isn't necessarily an Irish
Yeah.
bar. Because when they did the rum pot, they did a massive refurb on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of all the wood and brass and
That's
everything
right,
else.
yeah.
It's really got a pub feel, hasn't it? Like I remember
Yes.
when Paddy O'Kelly's came, and it was like, do you know what? Especially in the winter, when you want to go for a nice hearty meal and you want to feel that pub atmosphere, that to me,
Yeah,
is
like
the
an
and the
place
drop-in
to
will be
go.
the same. I was talking
Yeah.
to Paddy and talking to Jamie about it, and they get all the woodwork done in Belfast.
Oh, wow.
It's a company in Belfast that do all the panelling, the bars, the walls, the toilet, everything, yeah? And then it gets shipped over on container.
Oh, amazing.
And get this, it goes via Holland. That's the route it goes.
Oh, wow.
And it got held up there
Right.
because there was a toxic chemical spill in the port. Yeah? And the whole port was at a standstill for over a week.
Oh, wow.
No boats in, no boats out
Oh, wow.
until it was cleared and the water was all right. But now everything's turned up and they're back on track. So
Oh,
4th of
good.
September they're opening.
I
So
do-
looking forward to
Good
that
to
one.
know, yeah.
I do think that's something that makes a difference. Like when people come and like they take over a locale or a bar. Like I'm not a business person, but often, you know, when they've just got the plastic chairs and the plastic tables, and they think they're gonna they're gonna be living the Iona bar
I get
dream.
that. I get that. I think
I
decor's
know
really-
it must cost a fortune to do it like they're doing it, but it
Yeah.
makes such a big difference.
It,
doesn't
it does, Jen, but without going into too much detail,
Yeah.
it depends on how you've bought it. Because if you've bought the freehold and you make the changes, you're making the change to a property that you've bought.
Yeah.
Whereas if you buy a lease or if you are just renting it, you are basically changing the property for the benefit of the landlord.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so you might pay 100 grand for the bar, pay 250 grand for the refit, but obviously it's not benefiting
Yeah.
you unless when you come to sell that traspasso. But obviously everything has a limit. But deals are done with landlords, and sometimes they contribute or give you a grace period. But there are certain people who take over bars, like Taylor Group, with Waxy O'Shea's, Red Lion, Murphy's now
Yeah.
on the seafront, and obviously Paddy O'Kelly's lot who do it properly
Yeah.
Yeah.
and do make a difference. And I think you're right. The investment does pay because
Well,
it
look
makes
at
you
all the
busy in
bars
the
you just
meantime.
mentioned.
Are
Yeah,
all
they're-
busy
they're
bars,
And actually
absolutely.
there is
but
the-
you can understand why people think twice
Yeah.
about it.
And because it, like you said, it is a lot of money, but curb appeal, to get people to walk into your bar, you need to make that bar look as attractive as possible to passing trade. And
Absolutely.
when you're in locations like these, and these are all
They're prime.
great prime locations,
Yeah.
it is worth spending that money. But as Chris
And
said,
also,
if you're
I agree with
renting
you,
it-
Jen. I tend to avoid bars that have got plastic chairs with logos on them and
The free
You know,
ones
not
from
that I'm
the
a snob or
brewery.
anything, just, you know, I prefer to pay a little bit more and go for quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, I
It's
agree
just
with
a
you.
nicer environment,
Absolutely.
isn't it? I
Totally.
think there's a reason why it's successful. Last thing I wanted to mention that happened over the weekend, because we mentioned these guys a few times on the pod, the Princess Di's team and the Ruby Slipper team. Alana and Lewis Alana did most of the work, from what I gather.
Lewis did all the work at the beginning.
I was going to say.
Well done,
She
Lewis.
just lay there.
Wow.
Well, they've had their baby girl, and congratulations
Yes,
to them. She was born over
congratulations.
the
We love
weekend.
that.
I
We
saw
love
photos.
news like that.
Hey!
It's really
Yeah,
good.
congratulations. Right, should we get on to some serious stuff?
Okay.
First stinger of the show.
But not the last.
Can you believe it's taken that long, though?
I know. That's
I think it's because I've been chatting. I was so worked up about Pedalo.
I was going to say,
Frick.
Pedalo-gate.
I would have thought your Pedalo story deserved a stinger, didn't you, Steve?
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
Deserved more of a
News
a
just in.
stabby psycho effect, I
Yeah.
think.
you can
Right.
have a go at Steve now, aren't you? You are, aren't you?
Oh, I feel like I'm being a bit of a negative Nelly, but Steve.
Uh-oh.
So as you know, I went to the beach this weekend,
Yes.
thinking, okay, it's going to be cooled down a bit. We'll take all the children, the young children, to the beach.
Yes.
It was baking.
Okay.
It's true.
Please.
It was.
Please.
Wasn't that sunny all the time, though? Was it?
Sunday actually
Right,
was
okay.
a bit overcast,
Now-
but
right,
Saturday.
Okay, so let me address that. So I did say, and this is why you're coming at me, I feel like I'm getting a bit of backlash from Pedalo Man here. It's not quite gone off yet.
And where's all this rain?
Right, one thing at a time.
That's my next
All right,
point.
one thing at a time. Right, so I did say it was going to cool down over the weekend, which would have led you to believe maybe Saturday is the weekend. It should have started. It's come a
Well,
couple
the
of
weekend
days.
is Saturday and Sunday.
Right, but it's
in all fairness.
so it's come a couple of days
Traditionally.
later than planned, is what I'm saying. So we did get some cloudier weather over Saturday night and into Sunday. It's quite overcast on Sunday
Yeah, it was
in certain
actually.
plaand
Yeah.
it felt cooler. Especially on the Sunday, and
been
we've
nice.
noticed. Yeah, no,
It has been,
it's got a
actually.
lot easier to deal with, and nighttime temperatures as well have been 3-4 degrees cooler than they have been. So night times have been quite nice. That's going to continue for the early part of this week, and we are looking at those clouds coming in. Now, the rain you talked about, Chris, in certain parts of the Canaries, especially referring to us in Tenerife, the further up the hill you are, the further inland you are, the chances of drizzly showers. So no actual physical...
And in the north, on the north side of the
Yes,
the
absolutely.
Teddy as well,
so the
I
north
believe.
side of Teddy, which is generally where we get the most of our rain anyway,
true.
but it will continue further this way. But, as we know, our 2 to 4 square miles of beautiful coastline will probably mostly see sunshine
Yeah, of
today.
course.
But the further inland you are, the further villages up the hill you are. The
But
more
also, if
chances
you're
of drizzly
visiting
rains.
Teddy,
Absolutely, yeah.
or driving to Puerto La Cruz or any
Yeah.
of those places,
You're going to see, you're going to see those clouds come over, and you're going to get a little bit. Of
and to be fair,
drizzly
very
rain.
often when you take that road, past Masca up through, the Tenno Massive, you get some amazing cloud formations
Absolutely.
up there, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Really low.
And when you're looking out, especially over those areas, down into the valleys and the barrancas, it looks stunning, and it's places to take.
So it's places
photographs
like there you'll get the rain, is it?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So my question is, and I know a lot of people that are maybe coming on holiday, it's a huge deal. Do they need to bring a cardi?
No, listen.
We're not
it is-
cardi weather yet.
We're not cardi. It's still August.
Unless you're planning on going to the mountain, you
Of
might
course,
need
if
a
you're
little...
going stargazing, or if
shawl.
you're going anywhere, then you would need a jacket to take with you and things like
pack a
that.
cardi.
Only if you're coming.
Although
here
they
on-
supply blankets on the trips.
blankets and jackets. And
Yeah.
actually, when I did it a couple of weeks ago, it was 22 degrees up there. It was warm up there. We didn't even need them. Anyway, so yeah, if you're coming on holiday, you don't necessarily need a cardi. Pack one if you've got space, but we are likely to see a little uptick in those temperatures towards the end of the week again. So we're going back up to the high 20s, early 30s for next weekend, and the evening temperatures are going to be about mid-20s.
I've just had a great idea for merchandise for the pod, the Tenerife Pod cardigan.
No.
I was thinking,
put it in the
yeah,
suggestion box.
Yeah, that'll get emptied in the
AKA
bin.
Chris's bin.
No.
What about
Really?
What about hoodies?
I love a hoodie or a
I
onesie.
like a hoodie, not a one. Oh, Jen.
Okay, let's move on.
Do you go shopping in your onesie? I bet you do, don't you? Onesie and slippers.
I've been shopping in a onesie, sure. I've done my radio show in my onesie.
Have you?
Yeah, of course. Especially, I used to do it a lot when I was on a Sunday afternoon and no one was in it. I used to just rock up in my onesie all the time. I
God
remember
it was
asking you
radio,
for an
yeah.
Oasis FM onesie And then
I can imagine how well that went based on how well the Cardi idea just went.
I don't remember that. I must
it
be
was
honest.
years ago. I'm talking like old.
I think I would have said, if you bring yours in, we'll brand it. Because I don't know where you buy a onesie. I've never experienced one. The only one I saw once was in Primark. It was a Superman one. I really wanted that.
I bet.
But,
Yeah.
I was very overweight at the time. It would have looked ridiculous.
Oh, you could get one now. when you go and do your next shop for your extra smalls.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I know we've got some news to talk about. The Stinger Fingers in action. Chris, over to you.
Football's back.
Hey.
Not just in the UK. Football's back over here as well.
Indeed,
I know you
is.
saw this as well,
I
Steve.
did, yeah.
And obviously it's all kicked off, literally.
Woohoo.
Okay.
CD Tenerife have played their first game in Division. It's effectively the same as the Championship, isn't it?
And how did they
First
do?
Division.
'Cause
They won 3-1 away.
This is since they got promoted.
Yes, this is the first game since they got promoted. They've had a good close season. They've bought some good players. They've sold a record number of season tickets.
Oh, wow.
The ground holds 22,000. They've sold, at this moment in time, 16,333 season tickets.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
And they're still on sale, actually.
That's amazing.
The first home game is this Sunday against Almeria. Kick off at 8:30
My mum and
p.m. if
dad's
you want to
local
go.
team.
Is it really?
Yeah.
There you go. They beat a team called Iberan on at the weekend, who are in the Basque Country in the north of Spain.
Okay.
And we won't go too much into it because CDT himself, Chris de Todd, that's what I'm calling him now, Chris de Todd.
Todd on the pod.
He's coming on the pod next Monday just to have a quick chat after that first home game
Real.
and just to bring us up to date with everything CD Tenerife,
Cool.
what to expect, because I wanted to wait until they'd at
Season
least had a
started,
couple of
yeah,
games. Because,
absolutely.
like sort of looking at the Premiership now in England, it's all guesswork until they've actually kicked
Until you
off.
actually see them play a game, I guess.
a couple of games.
Yeah.
But-
But a 3-1 win is good, and let's hope that when Chris comes, he's got good news on the.
Absolutely, and obviously one of the things about it is it's always important to get off to a good start.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're playing catch up, and so a first away win is fantastic.
Yeah,
but
great
we
news.
will touch more on that next week when Chris is here. There's been a couple of things I wanted to mention as far as news. One of them was something we published this morning, which was the raids in the south of Tenerife on laughing gas.
Okay.
Now, it's an interesting one because people have genuinely been commenting, asking, why is it illegal to have laughing gas? And it is, not just here, also in the UK.
Has it always been? I feel like it was like one of
It's-
those things
well,
that used to be go around with shots.
To be
didn't
fair,
it
it is nitrous oxide is used medically.
It
on
is.
pregnant women, no?
And dentists use it.
Yeah,
and,
all sorts of
a
things.
lot of pain relief. It's used.
And
for.
obviously in Fast and Furious, you'll see it in the cars. Get the NOS to speed up their
Right.
cars.
Speed up the cars.
But actually to possess it, stock it, sell it, distribute it for personal use, because basically it's a cheap party drug. Kids take it to, when I say kids, we're talking, teenagers at Veronica's particularly, take it to get a short high, to get a quick high. And it can have very negative neurological effects.
Monumentally dangerous if you take too much. Of
Absolutely. So obviously it is against the law. And this is the second largest seizure of. There's almost 11,000 canisters, 13 tons.
I saw the video.
And it's the second largest in Europe. Not just here, the second largest seizure in Spain.
That
Europe.
Guardia Civil video is incredible. And do you know why? It's on pallets.
Yeah, in boxes.
Pallets of it. Like that, and then wrapped in like you would see a genuine delivery of lots of goods. In pallets. It was just an incredible amount.
So they raided 4 properties in Adeje, Arona and Granadilla simultaneously. And the leaders...
When you say properties, like bars or...
No, private properties,
Okay.
residential properties,
Right.
or one that looks a bit like a farm with warehouses
Right, okay.
and a wood yard.
Yeah.
On the video, if you saw
Yeah.
that. And basically, it's a family that's running this. And they're the head of this... They could always call it a criminal organisation because being a member of a criminal organisation is against the law in Spain.
Yeah.
That's why you'll always see that in the articles. And basically, they've been importing it, distributing it, selling it. They've got sellers everywhere. It's been going on for some months because obviously the police don't want to get the people selling it on the streets because as soon as you arrest one of them, they're replaced.
Yeah.
They want to get the people
The small
at source.
time stuff, isn't it?
Exactly. But on top of that, they also seized several different amounts of various drugs, including cocaine, hashish, marijuana, different tablets, pills, all sorts of things. 5 simulated firearms, 8 bladed weapons, including axes and
They
knives.
were scary looking on the video. They were.
Yeah, and 64,500 euros in cash. But what's interesting, and not a lot of people realise this, I mean, obviously, when they say simulated firearms, they're talking of these airsoft pistols and guns, because they're very easy to get hold of.
Yeah.
You know, getting hold of guns is far more difficult,
Yeah.
but they're very hard to tell apart, all right? But if you use one in a threatening manner, it carries the same penalty.
Yep.
And people don't realise that.
Right, okay.
They think that, you know, it's a simulated gun, we're going to be all right.
And imitation firearms in general across Europe, the UK and the rest. 'Cause I've been airsofting and I've owned airsoft weapons. They're really, really strictly controlled in a lot of countries because of how real they look. They can also, because of how realistic they look, get you shot by the police.
Yeah.
If you point a pistol at a police officer, you're likely
that they'll retaliate.
they'll retaliate because
And
there's
rightly
no
so,
indication that it's not.
If you can't see from a distance, like you've got,
Absolutely, and you can buy them in sports shops over
Yep.
here.
Jesus.
There's
They're
one.
on the
There's
shelf,
a,
where we go and get the trophies
I
from
was
for
gonna
the
say,
teas and
stop
all the
it.
rest of it. They've got a whole range.
There's a-
and some of them
there's a-
look like AK-47 machine guns and all sorts.
There's
of
a
if they're
fishing
like-
there's a fishing shop that is in the supermarket or one of the shopping centres that I go to, and they've got collections of they look like Uzis. There's one that
Are
looks
they like, behind the counter? You can only have them if you come with like
No, they're on display.
just tape.
You
like,
need to register when you buy one. You don't just buy it and walk away. And there are big airsoft clubs and there's big leagues and all sorts of things. So it is controlled, but they're a lot easier to get hold of than
actual
a 9mm
Yeah.
caliber 38, whatever it is, pistol.
Wow.
But so when you read the fact in these sort of raids that they had simulated firearms, you need to take it seriously because again, it's the way they're used and the threat
Yeah.
that carries the same penalty. Obviously, most of this nitrous oxide, laughing gas, if you like, was targeted for Veronica's area, and so this is a really significant raid by the police. And the police have been really active lately on arresting people. I know you did one, Jen, in Gran Canaria, about a load of hashish arriving on a beach in a speedboat.
Yeah.
And there was shots fired at that, wasn't
Shots
there?
Wow.
fired, yeah, you could the picture even like it's like something from some kind of Netflix series or something, all sitting on the floor like hands on their head and
wow.
stuff. I agree. There seems to be a lot of it. Like last week, whilst we were sort of posting,
It's interesting that
there seemed to be
people
loads
always say
going
the
on.
police don't do anything, yet in the background, you
They're
just
working.
don't know who they're investigating, what they're investigating, what they're planning, what they're doing, and also as well, it's like the Pam Gwinnett situation. People were saying, we knew for months that they were where she was, and they know what's going on. But it has to be the right time.
Absolutely.
They want to catch them at the
Yeah.
right time. Then you've got to get the judicial. You see it all the time on the TV. Don't you need a warrant? Got to get all the
you
right
need the eyes across the
judicial
T.
paperwork.
If you don't do your due diligence in terms of collecting evidence and making sure everything is done judicially correctly, it will be thrown out.
Absolutely.
The judge will go, you can't go forward with this, and they get away with it. So they have to work. And also, don't forget, a lot of these, especially when it involves drugs and things of this illegality, there's probably undercover officers who are
In the location. Yeah,
in these
absolutely.
gangs or whatever it is. That takes time for all of those to come
Yeah.
through and then for arrests to be made. It's great that they're doing it.
And I know,
mean,
Jen, you've commented before. I think you even did a video about the canisters in Veronica's at one point, didn't you?
Well, I think I did a video about how clean Veronica's was because I remember it.
Sorry,
being,
I published a video about the canisters
Oh, okay.
because if you can very often, particularly in the height of summer, go down to Veronica's in the morning, very early.
Yeah.
Because obviously the street clean, a lot of the clubs don't close till 6. So when the street cleaners, and literally you can be kicking the canisters around.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, they don't sell them for much. They're really cheap. And this is where you get the canister and the balloon and you inhale it. And
Those canisters are supposed to be for catering use. So they're,
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the little silver canisters, right, what they are for is squirty cream. So you buy a tin of squirty cream and it's not the same. If you use real whipping cream, in the restaurant environment, you have a nitrous oxide gas which propels fresh cream in the same way that you would with squirty cream, and that's what they're used for.
Wow.
So you put it
So
in
they're
and you
probably
attach.
quite easy to get hold of. That's
I
why
would have said you could
Yeah.
probably buy them anywhere that you can buy these.
Because these
catering
ones, if you
equipment.
saw the video I
Yeah.
did, they're quite big, aren't they?
Yes.
And as you say, there was boxes of them in polythene being loaded onto pallets, and literally, if you can imagine a dumper truck, the back of a dumper truck, they were all stacked up in that to take
and
it away.
they needed a forklift.
Thousands of
They
them.
needed a forklift to get all of this.
when
it's
I was
incredible.
pregnant, because we've just talked about the fact that, gas and air is what it is.
Yes.
In Spain, in Tenerife anyway.
don't really give it, do they?
They don't give
Yeah.
it. It's not a thing. Like,
Wow.
I have given
Yeah.
birth with
Proper
nothing,
women over here.
not even gas and air. But me and my friends that were all pregnant at the same time, we would joke. We just, like, one of us will pop down to Veronica's and come back with a laughing gas balloon and it was sort you out. Obviously, we didn't.
No,
But it
no,
was
of
like,
course.
that's how easy it is to...
Whereas,
absolutely.
because the gas they use in the
It's
UK,
blatant.
and
It's the same as the flower sellers walking around, effectively.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost the
You wanna
same as
ro-
the lucky men walking around.
roast for
You
the
can
missus.
buy them
balloon
anywhere.
for your missus.
It
roast
was
for-
when
yeah.
I worked it again in 2008, so ages ago. But I was a shop girl,
Yeah.
and we were all on a team, and like one of them was.
Did you used to
the
sell
lab-
it?
I have never sold it, but some
Right.
of the small teams they used to rotate. Like you were just.
Oh.
I
But
didn't
also
realise
as well,
it was
I think it's only
illegal.
more recently they've realised what harm it causes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because obviously it was a relatively new thing back then, but obviously it is something that they want to wipe out because it gives the whole area, it gives the whole island a bad rep.
Yeah.
And it's illegal. So fair
And-
play to the police. Well
yeah.
done, the Guardia Civil.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
good job.
So that's good. The other thing I wanted to talk about. Oh,
Oh yes.
getting stingery.
But it's been a little
'cause we
while
waited,
again. My finger was twitching.
I wanted to give an update on VV licenses. We did an article about inspections starting in La Laguna on properties that have already got VV licenses, and the fact that the La Laguna Town Hall are now inspecting them. And the reason being is there is a separate registration number that you need after an inspection to carry on doing holiday lets. All right? And they found that out of the 1,179 properties in the municipality with a VV licence, over 1,093 aren't registered. So they've got the VV licence, but they haven't got this number, and
Yeah.
they need to be inspected. All right? This is to get official authorisation. It's something else you now
That's
need.
still a
with
really
the-
high amount,
so
though,
Massive.
isn't it?
And also, when you looked at the numbers that were in process, they were very low as well, because
okay.
obviously owners have kind of ignored it. Got my VV licence, I'm all right. Not now.
Not now, yeah.
All right? Because, I mean, they could lose their VV licence in the inspection
Yeah.
if they don't meet the criteria. But what's interesting is that last Thursday, which was the 13th of August, it was in the BOC. It's the official date that the 4-year period starts where the town halls have to submit all their inspection plans, get everything in place and start inspecting. So some have already started, like La Laguna here, some on the other islands. In the Canary Islands, just to give you an idea of the size of job, there's 88 municipalities, there's 31 of them. So over a third of the municipalities are in Tenerife, out of all 7 and Graciosa
Yeah.
Canary Islands. That's why, obviously, there's so much emphasis on this place at times. So basically, no matter where you are, whether you're here in the south in Adeje Arona or at Guia d'Azur or wherever, San Miguel, these inspections are now starting, which means if you've got a property with a VV licence, whether it's on a complex, whether it's rural, no matter where it is, you are going to have to apply to the town hall. You're going to have to apply for this registration number, and you're going to have an inspection. And you could lose your VV licence. Now, don't get me wrong. There will probably be criteria. They're saying, OK, if you do this, you can carry on. But there will be criteria they have to meet. But it is now the laws that they were trying to bring in and that they were tightening up are now active.
Right. That would explain something, because where I look out on my balcony, the apartment below me has been empty since COVID, I think. The apartment to the right of that occasionally has people in it. Not all the time, but occasionally. And on Friday, there was a furious amount of things happening inside, cleaning and all the rest of it. And over the weekend, the beds came out and everything was being cleaned, but nobody's moved in. So I've got a feeling they're getting inspected,
Yeah,
and they're
very
tidying
possibly.
it up and making it look as beautiful as they can to ensure.
But it's
that
not
they got
only
past
making it look beautiful,
No, of
it's
course.
all the other things, all the security,
S-
safety,
the stickers and the fire extinguishers.
absolutely,
and
the fire
yeah.
blankets and everything else. It's a strict criteria,
And
and also you have to be a certain size. You have to, there's all sorts of things. It's a lot more complicated than people may have realised
Yeah.
if they've just bought them. Because no disrespect rather to not all, but some estate agents, they just want to sell the property.
Yeah.
Then obviously they now have to meet this criteria, and they may come unstuck.
Yeah.
Particularly ones on residential complexes.
Once they pass the inspection,
Mm-hmm.
does that have like a time limit? Does that expire? Because I can imagine with all the criteria that it needs to meet, things can happen over time. That like
I would assume they'd be
when they bring
re-inspected,
in new legislation, you have to meet it. It's a bit like an opening license on a venue.
But
you have? Do you get 12 months and then you're re-inspected, or do they
I
have
see
a
what you mean.
regular
Or do you
re-inspection?
mean does the license last for a certain amount of time?
no, like does it? Because I can imagine that people perhaps go on holiday and they nick a fire blanket, or like something gets used, or the stickers are rubbing up. Like, do they have to reapply
I haven't got a
after
clue.
time?
I haven't got a clue.
Wonder how long it lasts for.
You would
Okay.
think
We'll
that
find out.
you would think if they were doing inspections of that sort of standard, that there would be re-inspections like a health and safety thing.
It'd be good actually if
Big
we had an
job.
estate agent who knows all about this, or a legal person who knows all about this, to come on and have a chat about it.
Well,
that'd be
if
good,
you're
wouldn't it?
watching this pod, we need you
Yeah,
to
well,
answer our questions. Absolutely.
But also as well, because I'm sure that a lot of our listeners or viewers have got questions,
Yeah.
which we could ask them.
Okay.
So it might be an interesting one.
Maybe let's get someone on the old pod.
Yeah.
Okay, any more news that we need to discuss?
Not really.
Can we go into the teas then?
If you want to.
Well, I absolutely do.
We absolutely
We are
do.
getting closer. We are over halfway through August now, which
exciting.
does mean the teas are getting very, very close. And we have been discussing different categories each week on the pod. So, Chris, what category have you got for us today?
Well, it's best solos.
Okay.
Now, I've called it best solos
Yes, that's plural.
because obviously you had musician and performer, but they started off at one category until we split it. So I thought it was best to call it best solos. So we'll start at the beginning. What year? So first of all, just to let you know, it was introduced as solo performer, but it was for musicians.
Right.
All right, because we didn't have all the categories we
Okay.
had. So, if you like, the current specification of solo musician, which is a solo person playing an instrument, can be resident in a bar, or not, was what solo performer was.
Right.
So, what year do you think it started?
2006, start.
No.
Okay.
I want to go 2008.
No. Oh. 2012.
Oh,
We
that's
didn't start
late.
it until 2012.
Is there a reason?
There was less.
Okay.
We brought it in when there was obviously a number to be able... if you remember, we said there was only 8 categories when we started the teas, and we introduced more along the way. But it wasn't until 2012, until the 7th teas,
Wow.
that we introduced it, which I
That
thought
is
was
crazy,
quite
yeah.
surprising. So, best solo performer, initially for musicians, introduced in 2012, and the first winner was a friend of the station, friend of the pod, who had been here a while. Because again, it was something that, we have an influx of solo musicians now, but we didn't at the time.
Okay.
And it was Fergal Flaherty,
Hey.
Hole in the Wall. He won that in 2012 and again in 2013.
Wow.
So that was 2 years running for Fergal, and he obviously was a resident in his own bar,
Yep.
and won that. In 2014 was a guy, very, very talented guy, who we don't see a lot of really, or we don't talk about a lot, is Sam Saxo, who
I've heard
plays
of
the
him.
saxophone.
That's why I've heard of him. Yeah, I've seen bits, but I've never managed to see him play anywhere.
Same.
But saxophones are cool, by the way.
Saxophone players are cool.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And there's nothing better. I mean, I've worked with Sam in various different times, particularly in Tibu back in the day,
yeah.
when he used to play along with Ben when Ben was DJing. He'd be playing sax along, and I think when you get it like that, it's
So
Pretty
cool.
cool.
it's really cool,
Yeah.
isn't it? So Sam Saxo won it 2014. 2015, a very young at the time, Luke Towler, who before he sort of came on the circuit, as a just a singer, always used to have his guitar. And
Yeah.
this was before, I mean, you're talking 11 years ago, 10 years ago now, so this was before he went off to America and so on. He was learning his trade at the time, and he won it in 2015. We didn't do one in 2016 because 2016 was the 10th with previous winners, and there'd only been 3.
Yeah, fair.
Well, not quite.
There'd only
Not,
been Fergal, Sam and Luke. So,
yeah, not quite enough for a full
so
category.
we didn't do it. Yeah, 2017, a young lady, first female winner.
Is it Kirsty?
Yeah, Kirsty Lawrence.
What happened to her? I loved her.
I don't know. I'm guessing she left the island. I think. I don't know. She was brilliant.
She was so good. Yeah.
Yeah. And she won it, and quite deservedly. 2018, guess who? Again.
Fergal.
Correct.
Oh,
Fergal for the third time.
I can see
1,
who's
2,
going to
3,
win
4,
any
5.
kind of quiz thing going on at the end of this. You're
3
gonna
and
win that,
6.
Joe. 3 and 6.
Yeah, not bad, eh? 2019, another friend of the station. In fact, one of you've had him on recently for new artists, was Lucas Alexander.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, and that was the first time he won. 2021 was again Fergal,
Wow.
making it 4 in 8.
Insane.
So that was a good one. So he was back. Then in 2022, it was when we made some changes to the teas, and this is where the category got split. All right.
Yes.
And if you remember, Steve, we split it into best solo musician
Yep.
and best solo performer.
That's right.
So the solo musician at that point became what was the solo performer, and solo performer became, and it did complicate things the first year.
Yeah,
I think
it
people got a
did.
bit mixed up,
Yeah.
but not from the point of view of us actually putting the nominees into the right categories. So best solo performer became, we always use Robbie Williams as the example.
Yes.
don't we? Somebody with charisma, somebody who does a great show on stage. Not a tribute, but they can be doing a decade of music. So it could be one of your Motown singers, or Raven with the 80s, or Robbie Dominic with his 80s show. But that's what best solo performer came about.
Right.
It came about the performance of, a showman. And best solo musician became more self-explanatory, which was a musician by themselves. And in 2022, we did both categories live, which helped, sort of showcase this. Best solo musician. Can you remember who won that?
Rebecca Bond.
Musician.
Oh, sorry, musician.
Oh, Saoirse Cummins.
Yep.
Ah, yeah.
Do you know I remember that?
Go on.
Because I had to learn how to say her name.
We've all had to
with
learn
a-
how to say her name.
Because
I have
when-
to learn
when
it
it was-
every year. I
Yeah.
forget.
because it was given to me on a piece of paper, and I'm like,
How the hell do you pronounce
What?
that? Yeah.
so yeah, Saoirse. Great.
Well done.
Really, really good. And really fun to interview as well.
And she did a brilliant live performance.
Yeah.
And if you remember, she did last year. She did her own track.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant and well worthwhile. Best solo performer that year.
Rebecca Bond.
It was Rebecca Bond.
Yeah.
That was the year I think you had Scott Bradley performing
That's
live as
right,
well.
yeah.
I can't remember who else, but you had
Again, a strong category that could have gone it anyway. Really.
Yeah, it was
Votes.
brilliant. Who's the guy who does Robbie Williams? Who's in History?
Oh, I don't know.
You know who I mean. Oh, the Italian guy. Can't remember.
Alessandro Bedora.
Alessandro Bedora.
Yeah.
He was in it, wasn't he?
That's
Because
right.
he performed
That's
live.
right, yeah.
And and Rebecca won it.
Was it Frankie Mac, the one that performed live that year?
I think it was.
I think
yeah.
it was. You might be right.
I think
there,
it
Jim.
was because it was the Vegas year and he put on an Elvis suit,
That's
didn't
right.
I
Good-
danced for him.
he? That's right.
Yeah.
Good
And-
memories.
Yeah.
Rebecca stormed it, didn't she?
She absolutely smashed it, and all her dance. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And her intro with the name's Bond. Rebecca
Oh, I
Bond.
remember that now. Yeah.
so
really good.
well done. That
Yeah.
that was a really good live year, actually. Those two categories, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it's a great category to have live, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In 2023, solo musician was Simon Roberts,
Okay.
and solo performer was Raven,
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Remember
which
that.
was brilliant. 2024 was Saoirse's second win.
Yes.
Not a live performance
Yeah.
this time, but she won it for the second time, and also the second time for Rebecca Bond. You actually had the
okay.
same winners as in 2022.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, both again.
And it was slightly different because you had some variety acts in the solo performer, if I remember. Wasn't Chris Reddings in?
No.
Was that not 2024?
Oh, yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was, because of how we did the how we did the
The
live
live,
category.
because you had-
That's right.
Did we not? Oh, that's right. Yes, the live category. was
So
done that
because
way,
the
yeah.
live category that year with Variety was when we had
People
the Arte
representing different
Spectaculos,
aspects of variety.
Tenerife Dance and Roxy, then yes, what we took the highest from Variety as well into the highest of solo performer.
Yeah.
And as you say, Chris was in there.
I just remember
Which
because
gave it a bit of
Rebecca-
spice, actually,
It was really
didn't it?
exciting because Rebecca and Chris obviously were bezies and they were
Yeah.
against each other, so that was quite exciting.
Yeah. Last year, of course, solo musician, stole the show, was Jack Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a concert, wasn't it?
That was the live category that just everybody blew the roof off, didn't they? Really?
Yes.
Just
absolutely.
live category wise, I remember.
To be honest, I
taking-
don't think anybody could have given any better. Saoirse was fantastic.
I remember to the first
Phil
year
was
I
fantastic.
was taking TikToks, and I was only doing it for 30 seconds, but what 30 seconds do you get for that? And TikTok just exploded. It was so popular watching each of those. Just 30 seconds of them doing their thing was just, and the atmosphere inside was
I
electric.
thought Ellert
Yeah.
was brilliant doing Bohemian Rhapsody and his song. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you could argue that as a musician, technically, he may actually be the best solo musician. But when you have a live category on the day, sometimes, I'm not going to say it's an upset that Jack won, but Jack stole it with the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was like, as I say, it was like a concert,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Everyone dancing on the tables and all the rest
And
of it.
that's
So-
when it's a live category. That's what you go out and do, isn't it? You've got to go out there and blow everybody away, regardless, because it's a live vote as well. You could be walking in there and hardly anybody's ever heard of you,
yeah.
or you're up against somebody who's been on there for ages. But if you just give that 9-10 minutes of absolute
We said it before.
brilliance.
Well, it was a bit more than that because obviously it was only one category, so they had 15
Oh,
minutes.
15 minutes,
We
yeah.
needed that because of the setup.
Yeah.
Because they've all got stomp pedals and, you know,
They've all got
different
effects and
mics and
stuff,
effects
yeah.
mics and everything else. But we always say that when Spencer Robson won Male, we've said it before.
Yeah.
You know, he came out, nobody knew him, he sang the first notes of Bring 'Em Home, and everyone just went,
It's kind of the
yeah.
point of the live category almost, isn't
Oh,
it? Maybe
yeah.
not the point, but the delight of it.
If
You just
that's-
never know what's going to happen on the day.
That's,
Absolutely.
and that's the time to really give it some weight.
yeah, of course.
That's where a lot of the drama comes from as well.
Oh, 100%.
When people expected someone to win and then it's like...
Again, the beauty
Normally
of an
the
awards
pop's
ceremony
going.
and the beauty of a live category that's voted for on the day. It's just what makes it more nerve-wracking and more exciting and more, you know, because for us it's brilliant because all of a sudden we've got something to talk about, especially when someone wins it who maybe didn't think they had a chance but goes out there and gives a stormy performance. Makes a great after awards.
Yeah, it's interesting
interview.
because people always say it's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
And the live categories prove that it's not.
Yeah.
It's about performance. You know, it's about
100%.
performance. There's enough people. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. You can have the biggest following. They're not all going to be in there.
No.
Not all of them, if they think somebody else did better on the day, are going to vote for you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know people who've gone there to support somebody who turned around and said, in all fairness, you know, I did vote for
the other-
so-and-so
yeah,
instead.
because
And there's no harm in that.
Yeah, rightly
That's
so.
what it's
You're-
all about.
yeah, you're allowed
You know,
to,
so
absolutely.
and best solo performer for the second time was Raven.
Yeah.
So you've actually got Raven and Rebecca on 2 each for solo
Yes.
performer. How cool's that?
That is really cool.
And I've got to say, though, I think Raven's show has come on so much. Yeah? I think as they've introduced more songs, because when it was first started with the 80s sort of debut to either electronic or that sort of music, you know, your Duran Durans as well, new romantic type stuff. Now, sort of 3-4 years later, the repertoire and the diversity and the extension of the song, the set list, is massive.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that show's really come on. So fair play.
I saw Raven recently, June I think it was. Friends were over and we just happened to be in Moonlight and Raven was doing their thing and just it was so good. And I'm with two of my friends who are the same age as me who grew up in the 80s and grew up with
Yeah.
that kind of music, and it was just belter after belter, great selection of songs. Nobody was sat down, everyone was on their feet, and it was just it was a really
And
good
just
show.
stormed some shows, some venues in the UK as
Yep.
well. So
Oh, brilliant.
fair play.
Actually, I did
So
see that.
2026 question mark.
Dun, dun, dun. Have you got a quiz for us?
No. Well, no, because I just nothing I could ask, really.
You have just given us all the answers.
Who's won the most? I think you'll work that out.
That might be Fergal.
The only thing I will say is it's the categories with the least number of winners in a public vote category, because obviously, you know, it's been split and changed and didn't start till 2012.
That's
It's one of the
amazing.
latest
That's
starting
what
ones.
surprised me more than anything, is that it was such a long time after
It's
starting.
Yeah.
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 But it's probably, you know.
But obviously as the entertainment scene has evolved, we've had to evolve
With it.
With
the
Yeah,
awards. You know,
absolutely.
we've had to change the categories, or maybe add one, drop one, take one away. I think I think how we've got them now, which was 2022, so 4 ago, has worked really, really well, because you know there isn't really a category that no one can fit into. You know, I couldn't really see what let's be honest, from an entertainer's point of view, what we could add.
Yeah.
You watch this space when, like, 2030, we're doing, like, best robot performance.
Best AI singer. Best artificial
Best pod.
intelligence.
I was expecting you to say podcast, Jen.
You should have said that.
I feel like we've said that before, but I
You
believe
have,
we
yeah,
may
several
only
times.
be the
And we did
Tenerife
laugh
pod.
at ourselves at that, didn't we? We
Yeah.
did spend
Can
best
we just
pod.
can you just order an extra trophy anyway? We'll just award it to ourselves.
Absolutely. But just to say one thing, that we've only got a couple of categories left to talk about,
Yeah.
and we've only got a couple of weeks. Because on the 1st of September, which I think we're doing a pod on the 1st of September,
We are.
aren't
We
We'll
are,
do
yes.
a special one.
is when we start officially releasing the categories online, giving all the classification for this year, and the sponsors and everything else.
The carnage begins.
Just ahead of nominations
Yeah.
opening for, obviously, the residents and the public before the vote in October. So, you know, basically it's build up now. Nominations in September, voting in October, teas in November.
Oh, it's so close, and I'm so excited.
Get your disco
I
pants
can't-
ready.
I have dug out my outfit and I found my wig, so I'm happy.
You are very prepared. Well, Chris, you might not have a quiz today, but I thought
You're
I'd do...
looking at me like
I
he's giving. I don't know if it's the stink eye or whether it's just like a what are you doing?
I was just trying to imagine you with a wig on. I
Oh,
was
you
looking
should
at you.
see it. You should see it.
What
It's
is it?
gonna be-
Oh, you're not going to say, are you?
No, but what I will say is, after you finish laughing, you'll think it's really good.
And Tony Dibbin's coming over for the
Yeah, I
tea.
wonder what he's going to wear.
I know James Martin wants to pop over as well. I don't know about Emma because she's away at the moment, but hopefully she'll be coming as well, because
It's
she
gonna
likes
be
to dress
fun.
up, doesn't she?
She does.
She does, and she's very good at, like, she's very creative, isn't she? She's very arty, very
I
crafty.
remember her Halloween
So hang
costume
on,
was incredible.
So out of the three of us, you've already got your outfit.
No,
planned?
Not really, no. Not 100. Well, over the last weekend, potentially, but not 100% yet.
But
Okay.
she has got hair and makeup already sorted.
Well, not really. Just people in prep.
You're still feeling Keeley vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've got to wait and see. I
Have
don't
you watched
know what
any
I'm
more
doing.
Ted Lasso, by the way?
Yeah, not loads. Been a bit busy, but I have. I'm
I was
on
busy
season
trying to get a
2.
peddler all weekend.
Oh, yeah, true.
I've had pedalo dramas. Right, you haven't got a quiz, but I've got one for you.
Okay. Oh.
You
Oh,
might.
it's not more Star Wars, is it?
It's not Star
Okay, good.
Wars.
Oh, disappointed I am.
This is so bad you might even want to cut it out. So it might even get edited out.
There might be a quiz, there might not.
So it might not make the
Might not
final
even
edit.
make
Is
the
that what you're
final
saying?
edit of the whole thing.
By the way, incidentally, for the listener or viewer, we never edit anything out.
No, we don't.
It's
Yeah.
as live as it is.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yet.
this could be a first, could it, Jen?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So we are recording this
Has it got
pod.
relevance for Tenerife?
Not one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good on the Tenerife pod, isn't it?
But we are recording it on Monday the 17th of August, which is obviously National I Love My Feet Day.
Wow.
Hands up who likes their feet.
I actually find my feet quite gross. Like, I
Me
don't
too.
like
feet in general.
I find
horrible.
your feet gross as well.
Understandably. So apparently today we need to love our feet. Anyway, have you ever heard of a website called WikiFeet?
No.
Please tell me you have.
No.
You haven't? Okay, so this is... Oh, God.
Can I
This
tell
is-
you? I actually have.
Oh, you have?
Because I actually thought about starting an OnlyFans page called Tenerife Feet. With ET on the end of Tenerife, so it was Tenerife Feet. Yeah? Not my feet, other people's feet, Steve. But I thought, how cool would that be? Because it's half written.
Not cool at all.
I think you've got a business plan there.
Oh my God.
There you go.
So,
Maybe I should put it on Only Feet.
So there is a website, Steve. Let me explain it to you. There's a website called WikiFeet, and basically it just rates people's feet. They have a rating out of 5, and loads of celebrities are on it. So I thought we'd play a game of higher or lower.
Okay. Go on then.
I've got a women's and a men's. Did you want to do both, or do you want to choose?
Can we do one today and one next time? Otherwise, we're going to be here forever.
Yeah, all right. Okay. I'm gonna do the men then today.
Go on then.
So we're going to start with Cristiano Ronaldo, who has a WikiFeet score of 4.68 stars out of 5. So apparently, I
He
thought
must have good feet. He must
he's
have
a
good
football-
feet. Is that because of what he
footballer.
can do with them, or because of
I
how
think
they
it's
look?
more aesthetic from what I get. I mean, I don't have a wiki.
So he hasn't got any
Registration.
fungal toenails or bunions or warts or verrucas or athlete. He might have athlete's foot.
He's an athlete after all.
He is, exactly,
Hey,
yeah.
thanks for the dad joke. Carry on.
Okay, so he's got 4.68 stars.
No, it's a genuine question. It wasn't. You interpreted it as a dad's joke.
Yes, I did.
We could have fit the women in if you two
Okay,
would
okay,
shut
okay.
up. Right, Justin Bieber, higher or lower than 4.68 stars?
I'm going to say lower because Ronaldo is the GOAT.
Okay,
4.65 out of 5.
yeah,
I'm going lower as well.
he's higher.
What?
4.99 Justin Bieber,
You're saying that Bieber's nearly got perfect feet?
according to this, yeah. According to WikiFeet.
It's a popularity contest. It's not about feet.
Okay, Leonardo DiCaprio, higher or lower than
Well, you
Justin?
can't be higher than 4.99.
Well, you could.
Lower.
You could be 5, couldn't you?
No,
Lower.
I'm going lower as well.
You are right, but 4.9 still. He's pretty up there.
It's hard. Still higher than Ronaldo.
Yeah. Donald Trump, higher or
Higher.
lower?
Higher.
Higher than 4.9.
I reckon Donald Trump has got beautifully manicured feet with little ginger hairs growing off his toes, which are swept across his toes sideways.
Some people say this is the best feed in the world. It's the only
Oh,
feed.
shut up! What's the answer, Jen?
That sounded more like
definitely
Irish jockey. Anyway, it's lower, 1.1 stars. So
Of
I feel
course.
like
No,
popularity
no,
contest
not having
might
it.
be-
Not having it.
He's got hooves,
Not having it.
Chris.
Not having it. That's that and fix.
Ricky Gervais, higher or lower than Donald Trump?
Who's
Lower.
on 1.
It's going to be lower, otherwise you wouldn't be asking the question.
No, I'm going higher.
I'm going lower.
Higher is correct. Steve's in the lead at the moment.
You've got two. I've got 2
4.53.
wrong.
Harrison Ford,
4.2 for Ricky Gervais.
4.5.
So the
for
question
Harrison.
is, has Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
or in your case, obviously
Han Solo.
got better feet?
Than the
Than
fat,
Ricky
the fat
Gervais.
bloke off Alley Cats.
Better.
You're going
Higher.
higher.
I'm going to go lower.
It's higher.
Oh,
Well done,
hey,
Chris.
got one back.
4.83. And your last one,
What was he? 4 point what?
4.83.
Okay, 4.83.
Prince Harry, higher or lower than Harrison Ford?
Well, I reckon if he was still living under the realms of the royal family, he'd probably have beautifully manicured and looked after, or pedicured and looked after feet. But maybe now they've gone to pot a little bit because he's lost his budget and lost his privileges. So I'm going to say lower.
Okay.
I think Meghan Markle looks after that stuff. And I think she's probably...
You think she's a footy?
I do, and I think it's higher.
He got a perfect score of 5 stars, Prince Harry.
So, Jen, the question is, what would you rate your feet at out of 5?
Me and Donald would probably be on a
1.1?
a foot spar together trying to sort them out. Now, my feet aren't horrendous, but I had operations on my feet as a kid, so they're a bit messed up.
What
so
for?
I
Did you have webbed feet or something?
yeah, that's what it is.
Well, what else would you have operations for?
I used to.
Be correcting the metatarsal. So if you've got like pigeon toes and things like that, you might have to have
I
them
used
done.
to dance, so I used to
course.
wear point shoes and stuff, and so my feet were always bleeding.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very nice for people to listen to.
What would
or
you
talk
rate yours
about.
at, Steve?
Mine would be lower than Trump's. I hate my feet.
Do you?
Yeah, if I could cut them off and put wooden ones on, I probably would.
Mine are beautiful.
Yeah.
Best feet in the world.
Yeah.
What would you
Everybody's
rate
saying it.
yourself then?
I reckon I'll be there with Cristiano.
Yeah?
Yeah, easy.
4.6.
Yeah, no problem.
You could
Got
get
beautiful
yourself a
feet.
little wiki feet page.
Would you like me to get one out?
No.
No, I think we'll leave it there.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the Tenerife Pod. See you next time.